Hey guys, Chris here, CaribbeanPod.com. Welcome to my kitchen once again. Tonight, it's kind of late, so you'll find that the lighting is a bit off. What you're seeing in the pot here is some Pak Choi or Bok Choi. Depending on where you're from or how you call it, that's just up to you. I call it Pak Choi. I've got some Pak Choi in the pot here, and what I'm going to be doing is adding some leftover stewed chicken to it. So today's recipe, Pak Choi or Bok Choi with leftover stewed chicken. If you're looking for a recipe on how to make that stewed chicken, check in the comment section below. I'll have a link to that recipe. If you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, above you're going to see that subscribe thing. Click on it. It means you're going to get all the latest videos sent directly to you. And below in the comment section is where you're going to leave me your questions, concerns, comments, anything you want to chat about, leave it in there. And before we get to the recipe, guys, I beg you, please hit the like or the thumbs up button. Helps the video go viral. So Chris here, CaribbeanPod.com, Pak Choi with leftover stewed chicken. Here we go. Let's see if we can quickly run through the ingredients for making this Pak Choi or Bok Choi with leftover stewed chicken. Over here, some of you call it Bok Choi, some call it Pak Choi. This is a sort of a baby variety I got at the Asian store. There's about 2 pounds of that in here, and we're gonna chop that up and clean it up in a second, but we need about 2 to 3 pounds of that. About 1 cup of water, some olive oil or vegetable oil, I'm guessing 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil. Vegetable oil, canola oil, corn oil, doesn't matter. Whatever you have laying around, I guess. Some Caribbean Sunshine, Scotch bonnet pepper. I'm going to use maybe about 1/4 of that. When you're dealing with hot peppers, remember to use the outside. Once you get into the center where the seeds are and that white membrane, that's where you're going to be playing with all of that heat. 3 cloves of garlic down on the bottom here. 1 medium-sized onion. About 3/4 teaspoon of salt. We're going to adjust this near the end in the event you need more salt, because obviously your tolerance for salt is going to be different than mine. Some fresh ground black pepper. And back here I've got some leftover stewed chicken. Maybe about 8 pieces or so. But we're going to put this together into a wonderful dish. Now if you're watching this video on YouTube and you're looking for a vegetarian version of this, check out CaribbeanPod.com. Search Bok Choi or Pak Choi. It will be on there. I'll just show you how we're going to prepare the Bok Chois for cooking purposes. And this is one of the baby ones. And all I'm doing is breaking off the leaves. I had them in cool water. Just going to break off the leaves. I'm going to get all those leaves. And the sort of woody stem on the bottom, we're just going to toss that out. Now what's up next? We've got to chop these up. And what we're going to do is one of these here, just going to cut it down the center, and then we're just going to chop it all up into pretty much same size pieces. We're just going to go ahead, chop that up. I'm just going to show you guys one more time. Got one of them here. We're just going to cut it down the middle. And we want pretty much uniform size pieces so it cooks all together at the same time. The sort of white bottom stemmy area, that's all good as well. So we're going to use everything. I'm just going to drop all of this here into a wire basket, which I'm going to, after when I'm all done, I'm going to run some cold water through it and drain it really dry. To make easier work of it, all I'm doing is I put a whole bunch of them together here. I'm just going to give them a chop. And there you go. Beautifully diced and ready to go. The pieces of Bok Choi or Pak Choi is all chopped up now. It's nice and lovely. I'm just running some cold water through it. And then all I'm going to do is pretty much shake out all that water and allow it to drain out. And just in the meanwhile, I'm just going to prepare the onion, the garlic, as well as the hot pepper. I'm going to give that a rough chop and get ready to cook. Got a nice big pan here on a medium-high heat. It's nice and warm. I'm just going to go ahead and add that olive oil, anywhere from 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And since the pan was nice and warm already, hot, it's pretty much time to add my garlic. Oops, piece of pepper slipped in there, so You may hear me coughing in a second, but all I'm going to do, I'm going to stir that around, and actually I'm going to turn my heat down to a low heat because I want to sort of slowly cook the garlic here for about a minute or two for it to release its flavors. The edges of the garlic is going nice and golden brown now. I gave it a good stir. It's been about a minute and a half. I'm going to turn up the heat now because what we're going to do now, and the heat is going to be medium high, we're going to start adding the diced up Pak Choi or Pak Choi that we chopped up earlier. Remember, it's wet, hot oil. That's expected, I guess. I'm going to keep adding it. With all that Pak Choi now in the pot, I'm just going to give it a good stir. And then we're going to add the other ingredients. So the salt goes in. All that wonderful onion that we chopped up. As well as the hot pepper. Now here's where you're going to hit him a crank of good fresh ground black pepper. Guys, it seems I made a little bit of a mistake in the ingredients here. I called for 1 cup of water. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of steam cook this, and this Pak Choi is going to release a ton of its own juices. So again, I'm editing this recipe. We're not going to put any water whatsoever. See if you can hear this. That's the water going down the sink. I'm going to give this a quick stir. And my heat is still on high, so I'm going to give this a quick stir. A lot of liquid is already starting to form on the bottom of this pan here. What I'm going to do now is turn down the heat to like a medium low, and I'm going to put the lid on it and allow it to sort of steam cook for about 15-20 minutes. After that point, because I like my Pak Choi with a little bit of a crunch, a little bit of body to it. So at that point, after the 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so, we're going to take a look at things again. It's now been about 15 minutes since I added the chopped up Pak Choi to the pot here. Now, it's the perfect sort of texture and consistency that I love. Tender, however, there's a slight crunch to it, which obviously, like I said, I love. On the bottom, there's a bit of liquid. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. But what I'm going to do now is turn up the heat because I want to burn off all that liquid. At the same time, what I'm going to do is while we're burning off that liquid, I'm going to add the pieces of stewed chicken to the pot, and I'm going to give that a stir. We want to heat that chicken through. We want some of the gravy to melt into the entire dish here and incorporate and form a lovely, unique flavor and taste. The heat is high. I'm giving that a nice, beautiful stir because I really want to pick up and marry everything together. Yes, it's smelling good. Your boy love greens too bad. Pak Choi, spinach, bhaji, just about anything green is getting eaten. Gonna burn off that liquid and then we're good to go. I have some rice sitting, waiting, ready for this. If you have some roti, bread, anything you want to eat this with, this is amazing. Most of that liquid is burnt off now. You guys can test it here for salt. For me, it's perfect. I already tasted it. It is perfect. All I'm gonna do now, top up some rice with this, and I'm good to go. If you guys want to brighten this up a little at the end, what you can do, you can add some chopped tomatoes. Nice and bright. The red is gonna pop in here. Chris here at CaribbeanPot.com. Thanks again for joining me in the kitchen. Pak Choi with leftover stewed chicken. Give it a try. You're gonna love it. Remember, if you're looking for the vegetarian version of this recipe, in the comment section below of this actual video, in the description that is, I'm going to have that link for you. Enjoy, guys.